Hey all, hope you're doing well. And well, I've already made this joke, yeah, whatever, no views, looking ass. But you know, today I just want to go on a rant and just talk. Been feeling a little like down lately, and things are just not going the way that I want them to. Just I mean, like sure, I mean. It's just really heartbreaking, man. Like, the one thing that I just don't necessarily have, like, it's not that I don't have value for the game for Dead by Daylight. I've been playing this game since 2021, right? I've been playing it for a while now, and well, I'm just stumped, really. Like, I don't exactly know, like, I'm in a position where, like, this is like the only necessarily game that I find fun, but it's time. I don't know if it's like time to hang up the towel and not necessarily quit, but maybe just stop playing for a bit because honestly, the recent changes where the healing, the where do I even begin? I mean, there was some good changes with the blood web and the vigil terror radius for like the auditorily impaired, but like honestly, the quality of Dead by Daylight has just gone down so much, and well, I just don't see myself enjoying the game like I used to. It's just it's not as fun anymore. It's just honestly, I find myself being like, God, great, I have to play another game, and it's just gotten to the point where I don't feel joy like I used to. I mean, there's just been so many crap changes recently that's just completely like dissuade me from wanting to play the game anymore. Like, I especially think that the healing changes were just completely unwarranted, and honestly, I don't necessarily agree with them. But I mean, I I'm not a dev. I don't have any control over what the devs do and do not do. I mean, they're doing something. Do I want them to do anything? I mean, well, it kind of just I don't know. I just feel like really stumped about the new changes, and well, I don't necessarily feel like playing the game anymore. And with the new, I think it's last year. Well, it's not really new. I mean, the game. I mean, they're coming out with a game. Well, the devs from the other thing like are coming out with a revived version of said game, and well, it just seems more and more like I just don't want to play Dead by Daylight anymore. It's just like they're enforcing a meta where it's just the gen speed meta that nobody likes. That yeah, it's like a resilience gen rush meta, and I'm not telling them to like nerf gens again. And then like it's just gonna get to a point where it's just gonna get so unfun, and it's just gonna be like probably as boring as like League of Legends. I'm gonna be straight with you. Like even though like at least like League of Legends like has like like they like at least their game is like not like simple. I click a button and then I do a gen. Like it's literally just like the game is just essentially becoming as boring as a cookie clicker. Like without actually having the ability to like run it in the background. It's just a cookie clicker type game that this game is becoming. And it's not like they're just taking all like the fun aspects out of it, as in like strategizing, being able to like loop, like where it's like, oh, right, like I guess you're able to loop. Guess what we're gonna release? The Knight. Like, Knight takes 0 skill to loop. Oh, look at that! Survivors are still looping! They're still looping after the release of the Knight! Oh no! They're saying the Knight is weak! What are we gonna release? The Skull Merchant! Woo! Oh my god. I think I'm losing my marbles. Yeah, and oh, look! Survivors are bringing this Circle of Healing perk that we should have nerfed a while ago. We're gonna nerf it for the sake of nerfing it, but also, guess what we're also gonna do? We're gonna nerf healing speeds in general and medkits. Woo! Like, oh my god. Could they get any more? Could they make the game any more stale than it is right now? The next thing they're gonna do is like they're like, yeah, like, remember when you could more easily like moonwalk, and like I can still moonwalk. Like, moonwalking isn't like hard by any means, but like, seriously, man, like, they remove fun aspects of said game that make the game fun, right? And they just replace them with more boring stuff that nobody's asked for. Literally nobody asked for them to just, oh, release the Dull Merchant. Like, honestly, the Skull Merchant had potential to be good. I honestly, like, think that, like, if they put some time and effort into a drone-like killer, right? I mean, let's look at Crypto from Apex Legends, for example.
Backing out of my drone. I'm good to go.
Shit, I'm dead. I'm so fucking dead. Oh, man.
Oxstar out.
Shit, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Alright, hold on.
Getting my eyes in the sky. Hold on. Shields recharged.
Oh, fuck, I messed up! Fuck! I messed up! I thought, I didn't mean to press, I meant to press the shield button. Alright, so, again, you want to go where people don't necessarily go. Oh my god, I feel like I've lost my touch. I think I might start playing this as opposed to fucking Dead by Midlight. Fuck! Let me go inside, goddamn. See? Like, you can... See, this is what I mean, right?
This'll work.
Like having the drone right here. Like, I can throw out a drone, similar to Crypto's. Alright, now...
I'll let you know what I see.
Like, see, that's what I meant. Hold on, let's just see here. Easy. See, I still got it.
New kill leader appointed.
Wait, no, I meant to press Q.
My drone has been destroyed.
I meant to press Q. Fuck. Oh, fuck me. Fuck! Okay, hold on. Oh. Oh, hey. Yeah, I think I have enough to understand, get my point across. Hold on. But like, yeah, after looking at crypto's power in terms of, well, okay, it's not a power, it's the legend's ability, whatever, it doesn't necessarily matter. But you can see where I'm coming from. Like, how come they couldn't just make it more like Crypto's power from Apex Legends is beyond me. Having a, like, basically my change to the Skull Merchant would be quite simple. Like, she gets two drones, right? And basically she can like move them around the map, manipulate them around the map, but like it would like obviously make her like sort of similar to the twins where like the killer herself would be like immobile, right? And I would just give her the undetectable status while she's like controlling her drones and doing her doodads, right? But after which, what like I would do is like basically she can do something similar to the ghost face, but instead, why not make it something like interesting, you know? So like where Ghostface, when you stalk them, they become exposed, right? And they can see that they're exposed. What I would do instead, and to make that hunter aspect, and I say hunter in brackets because, well, we all know that it's just a ripoff of the Predator. I mean, like it literally just seems like a ripoff of the Predator. I mean, it, like I personally think it maybe was inspired by the Predator, but like might as well just call it like the freaking engineer or the apex hunter or some shit like that. The skull merchant makes no freaking sense, and it makes me so mad that they just wasted a name like that. But back to the topic at hand and not to get too sidetracked. You see, everyone would like state that the crypto's power didn't exactly fit into Apex Legends, right? Because Apex Legends is a more like fast-paced environment like thing where it just didn't fit, right? And with the introduction to the Skull Merchant and their drones, right? I was thinking it was gonna play more like how crypto plays in Apex Legends, where like like the PTB, like when I played the PTB originally, I didn't necessarily play it with like I did think that the killer was like weaker, right? And I didn't necessarily think about like using her to hold the game hostage or play in unfun ways as to like hold a 3 gen. When I was playing her like a friendly killer, right? And I thought it was fun, like her original core idea was fun, like to release a drone like killer, right? But what she's become is a mess. Her power, like it's been changed so much to the point where it's like it's not even like what the Skull Merchant originally was. It's just a killer, a fast killer. Wow. So amazing. Well done, behavior. Just putting the haste status effect on everyone now, aren't we? Instead, just making a killer that has bloodlust already, like, it's not like we don't have enough. No, it's not that. Okay, I won't say the game is killer sided, okay? Like, that's the thing, is that the game can be both killer and survivor sided at, like, given intervals. And honestly, it's just meh right now. But anyways, back to what I was saying about the Skull Merchant for her power. And what I would say is while in chase with the killer, they have the exposed status effect for that 60 seconds. So when they're in chase with the killer, like, and basically what this would promote is basically the survivor has no idea where the killer is coming from. But when the killer is like there, they're exposed, right? And basically like the quote unquote stock, and basically when the stock is like full, the stock meter is full, right? Like when it's completely filled, that's when it launches the crotch trap. That's what I mean to say. And like yeah, that's essentially what type of killer I was hoping for, right? And like basically all, and she can throw out a drone in chase, right? Like sort of similar to how Crypto can throw out his drone, which will basically like it won't alert survivors that they're within said drone radius, right? And essentially what the drone will do is you can like quote unquote stalk the survivor, but what I would say is make use of these claw traps, right? And here's what I would do is basically you could launch a claw trap at said survivor, and it would not injure the survivor, but what it does is leave them oblivious. It gives them the oblivious status effect for 60 seconds. However, it would be invisible while the skull merchant isn't in said radius, but while the skull merchant is in said radius, the radius of the drone is visible, right? Similar to how it's already visible now, right? And essentially, what this radius would like signify is that the skull merchant is here, right? And it would also give the undetectable status effect, and it also like lets survivors know that, hey, the killer can see my aura right now, you know. And it's just and honestly, just being able to see the aura is like literally like is enough punishment for staying in the area as is, right? Just being able to see the survivor's aura, if go yeah, and that's just essentially what I would make it. So basically, just free wall hacks at Shack, or like some strong loop. And yeah, like sure, you can say, well, that just takes all the skill out of looping. Weren't you just complaining about it? But then at the same time, the survivor knows that they're being watched. You know where they are, and like it's essentially kind of like a scratched mirror, but without having a scratched mirror. Again, it's just again, like that's how I would have worked the Skull Merchant instead of what we have right now, where we have a 3-gen god. Yeah, and yeah, we have like I do like the puzzle that you have to solve in order to disable said drone. Like for example, if the Skull Merchant leaves their drone on the floor, right? And like yeah, like there'll be like a thing like if the Skull Merchant isn't in their drone, like actively in their drone, then the drone will go to like the floor, right? How it does in its like stationary mode when it's in idle mode. I think that's what it's called when it has like that little beam that you can disable it with, right? Like basically like you will have it'll be like that, right? And like basically there will be a difference between idle will have a color on the drone, right? Just so that it's an idle, so maybe like a yellow light instead of like a red light being controlled by the killer, right? Or red light being watched by the killer, right? Like yeah, a red light for being like in the killer's view. The killer is in the drone right now, right? Like the player is controlling the drone, so the beam is red. While it's an idle, right? The drone will go to the floor like how it does, so you can disable it, right? And if you're in the drone's radius for too long, right? And basically what I would say is that while outside of like the killer's radius, if you're within the drone's within the drone's reach, right? If you're actively sabotaging the drone, you're revealed by killer instinct. Now, or like yeah, you're within the drone's radius for more than like 30 seconds or something like that. I'll just say that if you're within the drone's radius for yeah, and there will be like a thin line saying like, hey, this guy like this is where the radius starts, right? And that would have just been my idea for the Skull Merchant. I think I'm gonna be showing more spectacular gameplay when I'm trying to and when I'm trying to like show what I mean with crypto from Apex Legends. I really hope I get my point across. But yeah, match is literally going on as we speak, so I'm just gonna go back out and get my last bit of footage there, huh? And now, with the power of editing at my arsenal, I am back. And look at this. Like, let's also look at the what's them called the night too, because holy crap, do I give an F minus to Viscoro for having the crappiest medieval character design in the history of designs. What about Viscoro, or whatever his freaking name is, looks medieval? Nothing about him looks medieval. He looks like he looks like that sketchy uncle that comes over at family reunions every 5 years, right? Like he does not look medieval at all. Like maybe sure he has cosmetics, right? But that maybe resembles so, but there's no like when was leather jackets ever a thing? Like sure leather was a thing in Italy and he is Italian, right? But he does not look Italian. All right? When the fuck were like 80s denim leather jeans like a thing? Like you can make the argument that Italy was well known for their leather. And of course they were. They have like multiple things to suggest that, right? But like but it's just he looks so bad, man. Like I give an F minus to their effort to make a medieval survivor. I was honestly so excited to get a medieval survivor and he looks nothing like what a medieval survivor would look like. All right? Nothing like it. And the fact that and he's all you know what he's also supposed to be? Isn't he supposed to be some form of like sage or something? So like why isn't he like dressed in I don't know, robes? Like again, he just doesn't look like a medieval survivor. And the map that was sorry, I'm stuttering. The map that was released with the Knight and Viscoro is like nobody likes it. Like honestly, I feel like half the people that play on that map even forget that it exists half the time. It's just not it's just so uninspired. It just feels like, oh, let's just make let's just throw in the most basic ass map design known to man, and it quite literally feels like Azeroth's, but like not really. If you get what I'm saying, it's just like red Azeroth. I mean, sure, there's no cars, and you can be like, oh, that makes no sense. What are you talking about? What I'm trying to say is that it's just not it's stupid. It's just a stupid map that has no inspiration whatsoever. Like, why not, like, I don't know, be looping the killer in a castle? How cool would that be? Like, again, no, nothing whatsoever. Doesn't even look like a castle I can loop in. It's just a lazy rendition of a map. It's just so lazily put together. Like it's just so boring, and everyone can see that. Like you know how like Disney has like been putting less effort into their Marvel movies, right? And everyone can see it. That's what I'm seeing in Dead by Daylight currently. I am seeing less effort or very little effort being put into Dead by Daylight like currently, and the devs can honestly change that, right? They can like they have control over the game. They can change the game and make it so then and like oh, I'm just cracking my back. But they can change the game so then I think that they're actually putting a decent effort into said game. I mean, they like I don't I always love to be proven wrong. I don't want to tell them like that their game is garbage because honestly, it's a game that I actively sort of enjoy playing, you know? Right? Like there's like fun mechanics and there's fun things that we can do, right? As like a player base and what the devs are doing is they're actively removing everything that makes the game fun and they're just turning it into a simple cookie clicker like I press a button and then I complete a gem type game. And I can get that was like the original design of said game. Like, oh, I complete a gen and I get out. Woo! But like that's like so outdated. When it's almost like Metallica like starting to play jazz because they originally were a jazz band when everyone knows them as a metal band, right? I mean like no one's going to like that change and a lot of people that you've like the community you've fostered over the years due to the unexpected mechanics of looping healing metas, and other metas that don't revolve around me clicking a button and completing a gen, probably the most boring thing ever, people are going to leave. And honestly, it sucks ass that it's just going down this route. And if it's going to go down this route, I'm not going to be a part of it. And I'm honestly, I might even just switch content that I display. It's unfortunate. Sucks. But anyways, That's all. I just wanted to go on a little rant. I might release a few more videos and might still play if they don't release the update, but only time will tell.